Hello everyone, Joshua here and welcome back to Yeshua Music. Today I'm going to show you tips and ideas that you could use as a supporting keyboardist or as a second keyboardist. I know some people in their churches or in their bands, they have two keyboardists. So they have the main keyboardist and they have the auxiliary keyboardist. And the auxiliary keyboardist, what he does is he supports the main keyboardist. And in African music, mainly supporting the main keyboardist, the auxiliary keyboardist, they use tones such as brass, tones such as violin. If you hear like popular African music, you hear those tones in their music. So here we're going to start with this example. So I have this example. So for example, the main keyboardist is playing something like this. So the number one thing, I've heard that what he's playing, I know the progression. And in this case, we're going to play in the key of G. So the progression is G, C, G, D. So 1, 4, 1, 5. So as the auxiliary keyboardist, you've learned what the progression is. So you have to make sure that whatever you're playing supports this, is in this key. And also, as you can hear the sound right now, the progression sounds very empty. I don't know if you can hear it properly, but it sounds really empty. It sounds like you need something to help this. So as the auxiliary keyboardist, you come up with something to help this. So let's get started. Let's try and add a little bit of marimba. So marimba goes in, and as you can hear, the music is already sounding much better than before. So it's no longer empty as it was before. After this, you can even add more. You can even add more things to support the keyboardist. You can also add something like that. So something like that. So as you can hear now, the sound is sounding much better because you have all sorts of different elements within this progression. So let me take it back to the first main keyboardist. So with the main keyboardist, it sounds something like this. It's very empty. But once you add the auxiliary keyboardist, it sounds way better. Yeah. As the auxiliary keyboardist, you can include whatever tones, whatever melody you think that can match up with the song or with the rhythm. So you're pretty much flexible. You can do whatever you want. So you can go around and play around with the chords. So something like that. And you have to be very consistent. So as the auxiliary keyboardist, you have to make sure you are very consistent. And one thing to avoid is, as the aux keyboardist, you have to avoid copying the same thing the main keyboardist is doing. So if the main keyboardist is playing something like this, so let's say this chord progression, you have to avoid playing the same thing. So you have to avoid playing the same thing as him, and you have to avoid playing in the exact same tone as him, because then it will sound really, really bad. So you have to really try to find a good tone that actually matches the atmosphere of the environment you are in. Like when you're playing, let's say a slow song, you have to make sure you use things like pads, because the pads are very, very good when you're playing slow songs. you need pads. As the auxiliary keyboardist, you use pads or things like strings. But when you are in like a fast song, you could use things like brass, which is really good. Things like that. Things like that. So you have to look at the environment you are in and always, go with, what you feel in your heart. Like you might feel like this tone sounds good or this one, and always be in communication with the other keyboardists. So this is the introduction of this series. So I'll be doing more of these and showing tutorials of different melodies you could use in different chord progressions. So keep watching and stay tuned for more videos that are coming soon. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and thank you very much. See ya.